Mr. Chairman, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great pleasure for me to be able to attend the roundtable on global food prices hikes organized as a part of agenda of CFS 39 here in Rome. I also like to thank DGFAO and World Committee on Food Security for inviting me. I would like to share some of my observations here together with Bangladesh experience about series of episodes of food price hike since 2007. Global food price hikes have been occurring every now and then since the 2007 and 8 global food crisis. The most bad news to me is the recurrence of price volatility in 2011 and in recent months of 2012, especially in wheat prices. And most notable is that these are happening by and large due to same factors that led to the food crisis in 2007 and 8, high or uncertain oil prices, biofuel policies of certain countries that promote the expansion of biofuel production, increased weather-related shocks such as droughts and floods, and growing demand from emerging economies. Seeing the price hike, a general citizen of a country might ask, does the world produce enough food for everyone? The answer is yes. Substantially more calories per person are produced now than, say, 30 years ago, despite a 70% increase in population. So what are the other man-made factors that led to the price volatility? The maldistribution, market control, export bans or restriction, etc. are few man-made causes at both the global and national levels. I would request you to look at the issue of major market share of export both rice and wheat. One would see that those are at the hands of a few countries. In my opinion, the global food security governance has somehow failed to come to a consensus on food security-friendly biofuel policy for the world. A somewhat insignificant progress has also been seen in the WTO negotiation. Various forms of export bans and or restriction by major exporting countries have also prevailed, making it inevitable more pragmatic action by the world community in this regard. It seems humanitarian considerations have yet to attract the attention of the global food security governance. So what is required is to break the shackle of market power alongside other pragmatic steps that are being thought of. Our experience was equally bitter during 2007 and 2008 and onwards. Our market is not immune from what happens across the global food market. Between June 2007 and 8, normal wholesale price of rice rose by 71% and that of wheat by 55%. Global price hikes together with devastation of two-time floods and super cyclone Sidor were instrumental behind the rise in prices. But the public stock was not enough to adequately intervene the market or to expand safety nets to reduce shock of poor household. The then government tried to augment the domestic supply by imports alongside private sector trade. Augmenting public stock was not rapid as expected due to export prices are too unstable that it kept changing in short intervals. Export ban by countries, non-response from importers or traders in commercial trading. Slow implementation of government-to-government agreement, food aid not delivered as committed. More importantly, lessons from 2007 and 8 crises are loud and clear. It taught us that there is a little alternative but to increase domestic production. Assuming office in January 2009, our government took it seriously to augment domestic production and offer support price to farmers to one end and build public stock and expand the coverage and effectiveness of safety net program on the other. This did work. We had consecutive good harvests, making the production level to 34 million metric ton, which is almost 3 times. Although we saw rice price shot up in February, it remained stable until June 2010. But our efforts augmenting production and expansion of PFDS and safety nets helped reduce shocks on the port. The allocation in social safety net programs was enhanced from 2.25 of the GDP in 2008 to 2.64 in 2011, increasing overall coverage of household to nearly 25%. The food grain distribution was increased from 1.3 million tons in 2007 and 8 to 2.3 million tons in 2001 and 11, of which 103 million tons are distributed through open market sale, fair price cards, and other targeted safety net program. Rice import defenses also decreased from 4.7% in 2010 and 11 to 1.5% in 2011 and 2. The most important result of this effort is that they helped trim down the food inflation below 3% in September 2012, forcing the overall inflation to go to under 8%, which was earlier more than double digit. The rice wage equivalent thus went up to 9 to 10 kg per day, which was only 4 kg during we assumed the responsibility in 2009. Now the global food prices, especially wheat, started to increase again since few months. Okay. The causes are the similar. Anyway, I think this is a high time for the global governance act responsive. Only possible ways, including supporting national and regional initiative. In South Asia, for example, what I feel what the FAO, WFP, and UNO bodies have to role to play in assisting the countries to materialize food security initiatives taken through summit and ministerial level decision. Thank you. Thank you.